Family, what's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I told you guys, or rather I asked you, if you'd be interested in a freshman report video since we played 6 games. So here's that video. I've broken it down by offensive players along with snap counts, defensive players and snap counts, and then I'm going to rank my top 3 freshmen through 6 games, okay? So what I need you to do right now inside the comment box is post your top 3 freshmen based off performance through 6 games, okay? And then we'll update in another 6 games or whatever. So here we go with the offense. And these are some names that I just put up that, people like to talk about these names. So these are some high-profile names. And you start with Kalen Russell, clearly. I think what's interesting with Kalen is he's only played in 13 snaps. And the interesting part about that is the lowest number of snaps out of the freshmen on the offensive side that have played, right? He's played in 1 game, but he came in and threw 2 touchdowns in that particular game, right? Which I thought was really impressive when we did see Kalen Russell operate the offense. I'll talk more about him in just a second. 65 yards on the season and 2 touchdowns. The next player is A.K. Deer. Again, he's played in 2 games, and what we've seen from him was kind of lightning, right? And I know people are asking about this weekend's game, Jam Miller, if he's going to be healthy or whatnot, and the other running backs that are contributing, and people asking for A.K. Deer. Just be patient. He will get his opportunity, and I think next year you're going to have A.K. Deer, you're going to have Richard Young back there. You have Daniel Hill. You have Kevin Riley. And then you'll welcome in Xavier Crowell. So the running back room for a long time has been good here, and it's only going to continue to be very good in the future. All right. Lazier Brooks. Man, Lazier Brooks has played really extraordinary, to be honest. And I want to really congratulate Courtney Morgan and Kalen DeBoer, right? The offensive coaches, Jamarcus Shepard, guys who recruited him. Because what star was he? That's your trivia question inside the comment box. I'll tell you at the end, but what was his star ranking? Okay. He's played in 146 snaps already, 13 receptions for 216 yards, 16.1 average, and he came up with a really big catch, that 4th and 8 against Missouri, which I thought was an outstanding play, not only by Ty, but by Lazier Brooks. So he is playing. You could argue that he's wide receiver number 3 or 4 right now during this point in time. You also have Michael Carroll over here. He's played in 5 games this season, 143 snaps. And Coach Ryan Grubb recently said that he's closer to being, basically like a full-time guy. So we're going to continue to track Michael Carroll as he battles it out with Wilcom Formby. But just a kind of a snapshot of these 4 kind of popular names. But clearly that's not the only freshmen that have played on the offense. So the full detail on snap counts coming in just a second. I want to discuss Kalen Russell in the small opportunities that we've seen him, whether that be this season or during the springtime. He's been very impressive, right? Thumbs up if you were impressed by his opportunities, okay? Very smooth delivery. He'll be the guy sooner than later, right? Like, we know that he is the future of this program. He fits the system. Ryan Grubb has explained many times that he has a very wide vision, and he's the guy that they want to continue to develop. He's a playmaker. I kind of think about that touchdown that he threw where it looked like he was going to run. He stopped, and then he threw it for, I think it was to Cole Adams, if I'm not mistaken, earlier on in the season. It feels like that was years ago, right? So he's a playmaker. He's just got it. Some people have it. He has it. And I think he will definitely be elite. You guys agree? Sound off inside the comment box. Here's the full, we got one more slide. Michael Carroll, and this is the quote that Ryan Grubb said this Monday, actually. He's very close to being an every down player. I love it. I love to see it. He plays big, nasty. I felt he was a must-get along with Kalen Russell in that class, right? The class of 2025, I felt like those are the must-get guys, and him coming out of IMG Academy, he was big, nasty there. He's doing a lot of work right here, and he's close to being maybe the right tackle. I know there's a lot of people probably even inside the comment box that want to see him start at right tackle. Here's the full snaps. I'll go full screen on this. And this is just snaps for the players that have played on the offense. I got defense coming up next. But as you can see, I have it sorted by most snaps. Lazier Brooks, 146. Michael Carroll, 143. Caleb Edwards. Caleb Edwards, this guy is a player. He's way better than I thought he'd be. This guy is a baller, right? He's come up with a touchdown pass or 2 this year. a dependable, a big target. He's like 6'6", 260, massive dude for just being a freshman. Very impressive. You have Derek Meadows going through concussion right now. Jackson Lloyd, he has 19 snaps. Marshall Pritchett at tight end. A.K. Deere, 14, and then Keelan Russell there at 13 snaps. Just find, those snap counts interesting based on the opportunities that these guys do get during the season. As we switch to the defensive report, can I get a thumbs up for these two guys? All right, Dijon Lee at corner. He's played in 6 games, 174 snaps, 11 tackles, and his first interception, which was against Missouri, to kind of seal the game, right? 6'4". We all knew during the springtime that we had someone special. Even the small clips that Alabama football would release on their social media account, this guy was battling against all those wide receivers you're seeing starting right now, and he's a problem. So look for him to continue to get opportunities. It sounds like him and Damani are battling right now. And I think based on the performance, it's going to be hard to keep him off the field. London Simmons, thumbs up for 90. This guy, oh my goodness. He's played in 6 games this year, 101 snaps, 11 tackles, 2 quarterback hurries. He's impressive, 100%, man. I want to give kudos again to the coaching staff for being able to see this guy, get him, and he's ready. He's ripe. He's playing. And I think when 90's on the field, I feel comfortable. He's good. I didn't think he'd be this good. My goodness, excellent. In terms of snaps for the defensive side, there hasn't been a large volume of freshmen that have played a lot. And I'm talking like on defense, right? Maybe some have slipped through the cracks on my chart for special teams, but this is just specifically on defense and offense, what I showed you here. So Dijon Lee, 174 snaps. London Simmons, 101 snaps. Justin Hill, 52 snaps. Ivan Taylor, 17. And then Luke Metz with 1 snap. So now I kind of get to my freshman rankings. And here it is, all right? 1, 2, and 3. And this is how I went. Michael Carroll could have been there. He's probably my 4th guy. But what it came down to for me is I think Michael Carroll is still – all these guys are still in development. But these 3, let me tell you why, okay? Do you agree? Yes or no inside the comment box. What are your rankings? So I went with Dijon Lee. He was a 5-star corner. What he's done this year is impressive to me. I get it. Look, all these guys are going to be baptized. I think back to that game against Florida State where he was going up against Squirrel White, and he took it on the chin. He was burnt. We continue to see him battle, and this is a guy that was another must-get in that class, and he's turning out to be the player that we expected him to be. He really should have had 2 interceptions against Missouri. I think he dropped one, right? So Dijon Lee probably closer to being a starter than we think, right? I don't know if he'll start over Damani, but I think he's going to get more playing time going forward. In fact, he had, I think, double the snaps that Damani had against Missouri. Lazier Brooks is my number 2 guy. This guy's it. He's a baller. He's a player. Coach Kalen DeBoer recently quoted saying, this guy does it at practice, and it translates to the field, right? You practice how you play. Lazier Brooks wants it, and this guy's doing it. 146 snaps, 13 receptions on the year, 216 yards. And think about the confidence that Ty Simpson has in Lottie, right? That 4th and 8, big-time players rise up, big-time games. That was one hell of a catch. And then number 3, I'm going to go with London Simmons, number 90, defensive lineman. Played in 6 games, 101 snaps, 11 tackles on the season. That's how I have it, 1 through 3. I would like to point something out, okay? This recruiting staff, they are recruiting at such a high level, but their evaluations have been impressive. Look, Lazier Brooks was a 3-star, and London Simmons was a 3-star, okay? They have their own rating system, and I think Courtney Morgan knew that these guys were not 3 stars according to, recruiting services. And look, ratings and rankings, they're missed from time to time, but these were spot on, and you got to be happy that Alabama landed these 2 3-stars. So when we're talking on the live shows about, former 3-stars or, don't be afraid because this guy's a 3-star, point out to Lazier Brooks and London Simmons. Please remind me because these guys are absolutely balling. Hey, I hope you liked this video. If you have, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up on this video. Share it with your friends. It's fun to talk about the freshmen. It's good to see them out there performing. They got a tall task because the gauntlet don't stop. Tennessee's going to bring it, and all the rest of the SEC teams in this absolutely stacked schedule. Thank you very much for being here. I really, really appreciate you guys being a subscriber, hitting that like button, and jumping inside the comments. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on this fine October 14th, Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube.